Okay, hi guys. How is everybody? All right, so meds are done. Got that. And I did get a report while I was at my other job on the babies. Hi. Hi guys. Howdy, howdy. So, yeah, 8 o'clock update time, and I'm only 5 minutes late. I call that pretty darn good. So I'm gonna make this a quick update because I promised my husband I would be home at 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, 8:30. So I said that would be pretty good. All right, so the first update, I have awesome good news. They did confirm that Kiara is a female and Egypt's a male. So right off the bat, we have good news that those cats were sexed correctly. So we have good news right off the bat. So in other news, Kiara's, well, we'll start with Egypt because his surgery actually ended up being first. So Egypt did what's called a femoral head removal. So I wish I had a picture. That would be a good idea. But, you know, picture your hip socket right here, and your femur goes like this. So your femur has that little ball that sits in the hip socket and turns like this. You know, so it turns like that. So where Egypt's fracture was right here, right at the ball joint area. So what they did was they removed this entire femur head. They removed that like little ball. So now all he's left with is the rest of the femur, not the ball on top. So what happens is the top of this femur will go right here into that hip socket, and it will become its own hip joint over time. So it actually kind of whittles it down and fits right into that socket. So they did what's called the femoral head removal. They call it FHO. So they did the FHO on him, and he did really great. He did really, really, really good. So we're very optimistic. They think his leg looks very strong, which is a good sign. His knee looks really strong, which was not the case with the other leg that had to be removed. The other leg, his hip was bad, his knee was bad, lots of different things on that. So they're so kind. They actually have him on an IV drip with fluids and pain meds all night long, so he's going to sleep super comfy. We did put him with, he's got a Purple Mama with him and all that good stuff, so I know he's going to do great, and everybody seems very optimistic about this option. So the big key is to make him have the best life possible without pain. So we're very hopeful with this procedure. So I can't wait to have him back tomorrow. It's going to be so good, and I'm going to kiss him, and I'll spend probably like 4 hours getting his bedding and everything all decked out so he is as comfy and as cozy as possible. And I think we've got enough yellow bananas at this point where he could almost get one every single day for his recovery. Yeah, I'm glad they can save his leg. I tend to be a little more pessimistic about this because I'm just nervous and I want him to have the best, most comfortable life ever. But everybody seems very, very hopeful about it. So yes, we will kiss him and hug him and call him George. So I'm glad they can save his leg, and I hope that this is going to be a very, very long-term solution. Yeah, a new Nana in ours is all he asked for. I have never seen a cat that they're like, oh, this Nana's perfect. I love this. I love it more than anything. Oh, a new one? Great. I want that one now. This one's old. So, you know, I hate to sound pessimistic, but I agree, Cayman. He's shown us over this past couple of weeks with this pain that he's been experiencing, even though he's on pain meds, he's shown us that his front upper body strength is so strong that he actually can still get around. So that makes me very hopeful that if for some reason this doesn't work, we could end up doing a double amputation, which we want to avoid at all costs, but that he would be a perfectly healthy and happy cat. So I'm very glad for this. And his front legs, yeah, I agree. We'll just get stronger and stronger. And he is just meaty. He has got big meat paws. He's learned very much how to walk. And even now when he walks, he splays his back toes very well. So I'm really grateful that we can at least have this as an option to try. I want to minimize the amount of surgeries. That's the one thing that made me hesitant, is I want to minimize the amount of surgeries that he's having to undergo. But they are so super adaptable. Yeah, it's a big load off my shoulders. I'm very, very happy. So yeah, nothing will keep him for sure from running around. He is just he's my wild man. So I'm very excited. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll have him back tomorrow. And then moving on to Egypt, Kiara. Kiara's surgery went great, actually. They removed her. We were talking about, possibly moving the fifth or the fourth digit, depending on how it looks when they opened it up. They did open it up and determined they did have to remove those two, the fourth and the fifth digit. So they removed those, but they were able to actually take that paw pad and stretch it around and cover that, fill that void, cover the wound. What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Cover the incision, so she's going to have that paw pad wrapped around there. Kiara, I am actually least worried about. She is so sassy and full of life, even at her age, that I just think, cover the area, she's so sassy and so full of life. I think she's going to come back and just be like, hi, I'm back. So, yeah, basically a skin graft. That's like almost skin graft her paw pad up to the side to kind of cover where those two paws were missing. So, I think she's going to do great, and we'll have to play it by ear. I know Egypt's going to be in a pen for a little bit. So I'm fully anticipating that. Kiara, I don't know. She's very, she almost gets more agitated in a pen than not. So we'll kind of see how she goes and how she does. And yeah, she's our whole feisty gal. I don't know if you guys had heard, but last night she was absolutely precious. I put her in June's room to, quarantine or not quarantine, but to keep her away from food, because we had to withhold food for the night. And Marilyn was not happy at all that her best friend was separated from her. And she was kind of pacing a little bit and like popping up and looking in the room where she was at. And it was so cute. I'm like, do you want to be locked in here without food? I mean, she had water. But I opened the door and she's just like, right in. She stayed in all night long. They slept together. They had a little snuggle fest. Kiara got a special blankie just for her surgery, and Marilyn got a yellow banana to keep her occupied while they're not together. So they've been doing really good. Yeah, I might, if that's the case, if Kiara has to go into a room, I'll see if Marilyn wants to go in. I think she probably will, the way she was last night. It was just so endearing. I've never had to really separate them very much. How Marilyn's doing. Marilyn's doing okay. She's doing good. She's actually... she's cleaning her ears. She has to be pretty at all times, so. But she's got a nanner with her. So, and Shakespeare, Marilyn does have Shakespeare and all of that, so. Yeah, so I'm really hopeful that they went really good. They will be picked up tomorrow. I think I mentioned earlier, but Asha is actually due for her annual physical. So she's going to be going up, and we've got an appointment for her that we already had ready to go. So that's at 11:40. So it's kind of just a good timing. Cindy will take Asha up, do her appointment, and then take all 3 kids back. So Cumberland did get adopted. Yes, he went with Rocky, so it was very good. Um, yeah, so I'm really happy with the progress on how each of them did, and oh, I miss them very much, but I'm excited. I think they'll do really great. So, how's our little girl Ketcha doing? Ketch is doing amazing. I actually just heated up a heat pack for her and got her all squared away. I saw her today. Now, the one thing that is a bummer, here's a bummer, is I don't know if it was the lack of time, but they had originally intended on doing the eye removal and a neuter. Neuters are incredibly quick. You know, while she was sedated to do the eye removal, they could just, you know, neuter and done. I don't know if it was a change because she is actually female, so they did not do her spay. I'm bummed. I'm bummed. Yeah, so she'll have to go up at some point, whether it be Dr. Darcy. I think we can actually get her in to the next Humane Ohio appointment, which will be the 23rd. So I think she'll be I think she'll be pretty good healed on her eye. And she should have, it was the 9th. Yeah, she would have had her eye sutures removed by that point anyway, so we did good. Yeah, so we get to see her a little bit longer. I did hear from Ketcha's family, and they have 2 boys, and it was very endearing, but they said that they had a discussion with their boy cats and explained to them that Ketcha is a girl and they're going to be getting a little sister, and they were fine. Just like cats. They're like, whatever. So Ketcha's doing great. She's funny because, I mean, you've all seen her just for the few days that she was out here just running around like mad. She actually she got put in her pen today. She was a little cool. Oh, thank you guys. I know I'm kind of keeping an eye. I'm like, okay, 13 minutes. But she was in her pen today. Ate like a horse. And after she was a little chilly, so we got her a little heat pack and got her warmed up with that. Half hour later, she was just boing, 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 bouncing all over, found a toy, and I mean, she's got a plethora of toys. We all adore her, so she's got like a ridiculous amount of toys. So she's going to town. Her thumbs are crazy. I don't know how to explain it, but they're the most like deepest thumbs I've ever seen. They're like long thumbs. It looks ridiculous looking at her. You just want to laugh because this is like tiny little kid with these big monster thumbs. It's so funny. Oh, thank you, David. Mm-hmm. She does have she has one of the cones that someone had sent in, and actually someone, it's still a smidge too big for her. So someone's mentioned that they were going to send in another one, so we'll have a new one for her tomorrow. So hopefully we'll only need it for a few days. Hopefully we'll only need it for a few days until she can, you know, calm down. What's the name of the little one with the bubble eye? Krista, do you mean what color? Yeah, I was gonna say that might be Catch. That yeah. Dag didn't have his on for too bad. So Orange Kitten, that was probably Catch that you're referring to, and she just had her eye removed yesterday and is doing great. So. Okay, I think that's all the news I have for you guys today. Good news. I'm very happy. I will take these wins when we can get them for sure. And yeah, Ketcharina. So everything's good. She is just bouncing off the walls, our little Ketch. And Kiara is, or Camvy, look at her. Camvy, hi. she's just... How you doing, Canvy? She seems to be doing wonderful. Yes. All right. Well, thank you for the reminder. I will head out now and get home. My husband and I are having movie night. If you've ever seen Passengers, I think that's what it's called, Passengers. I've never seen it, but I like that outer spacey stuff, so we'll see. Oh, I will not forget my coffee because I know these little cats, especially Shakespeare, will probably try to dump it. So, no back legs. That would be, Krista, that is magic. Magic is wonderful. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you. Oh, it's a good movie. Oh, good. I'm excited. Kiss Steven for us. I will, my little Stevie boy. He's so cute. Wish you could see him in person. He's so, so handsome. He's very thick gray, like dense gray hair. I'm betting he's probably... Oh! Okay, hopefully you can see this there. There he is right now. So, look at how cute he is.
Oh my God.
There's Stevie. Stevie! Look at his little cheeks. Oh my gosh, he's a pudgy pudge. Someone moved a chair right outside of Dodger's pen. I'm sure they're preparing for mommy visit time with Egypt. So, all right. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you. Thank you for being good clocks and reminding me to... Yeah, did you see Steven? He's sitting on the little chair. He looks so stinking cute. Oh, time to get up. Oh, okay. All right, guys. Have a good night. We will see